two truths can never walk together. But in this story, one lie holds the power to reshape an entire galaxy. In the silent heart of deep space, where even the stars reveal their secrets slowly, the space fleet Iron Flag 9 drifted through the cosmic sea. Its commander, Elara Winters, always carried entire galaxies inside her eyes. She believed humanity's greatest power was hidden in its flaws. Just as the HFY wiki often states, humans are known for challenging the impossible. That night, a strange uneasiness circled her heart, whispering that something monumental was about to unfold. Elara gazed out of the control room window. The blue and purple expanse looked like a living painting stretched across infinity. Thin rivers of light flowed through space like hidden cosmic streams. But behind this beauty lurked a deadly quiet. Navigation Officer Rian Siora reported that energy patterns in the nearby sector were spiking unpredictably. According to old NASA studies, such surges often signal major cosmic events that shape entire star systems. Inside the fleet, life continued as usual. Engineers, soldiers, researchers, all were busy with their tasks. Yet every face carried a shadow of exhaustion, as if peace had abandoned them long ago. Even Elara felt that weight. She had seen battles, she had lost friends, but this time her instincts whispered a warning. The enemy ahead would be unlike anything humanity had faced before. Suddenly, alarms blared across the fleet. Red emergency lights flickered everywhere. Rian shouted that a spatial rift was opening directly ahead. The sight reminded Elara of the energy portals described in the Expanse universe, but this one was real, alive, and expanding rapidly. Her decision came instantly: protect the crew at any cost. This moment allowed no mistakes. A dim glow rose from within the rift. At first, it looked like vapor, then raw energy, and finally, a shape. The shape grew into a colossal alien starship, its structure far beyond human engineering. The crew stared in stunned silence. Fear tightened every breath. Yet Elara ordered restraint, no firing, no aggression. One wrong move could turn the encounter into devastation. As the unknown vessel approached, all screens on the fleet flickered and died. Communications failed, sensors shut down, and only the sound of their own breathing remained. Then a deep, fractured voice echoed through the chamber, speaking in human language. "Escape, what comes next is beyond your imagining." The words froze every heartbeat in the room. Elara tried replying, but every system remained dead. The alien vessel looked as if it were struggling for survival. Blue energy pulsed across its surface like a living organism taking its final breaths. Rian reported that its energy levels were rapidly dropping. Perhaps it was asking for help, or warning them of something greater. The moment Elara ordered a scan, the rift convulsed violently. A blast of radiant light surged outward as if the galaxy itself trembled. Iron Flag 9 shook under the shockwave, and many of its systems collapsed entirely. Explosions echoed from the engineering deck. Chaos washed through every corridor. The mysterious vessel pulsed one final time, releasing a beam of light directly toward the fleet, almost like a coded message. Then it shattered into countless fragments. Elara silently vowed to decode that last transmission, for her instincts told her this was only the beginning of a far darker storm. The fleet was severely damaged. Injured crew members were rushed to medical stations. Elara walked toward the bridge, weary yet unbroken. She knew her real test had just begun. Space had returned to its eternal calm, but now that calm carried the scent of an approaching storm, a storm unlike any before. Hours later, Iron Flag 9 made an emergency docking at the nearby space station Serenity Arc. The station felt unusually dim and lifeless, as though the shadows of space were resting inside its hallways. As Elara stepped inside, she sensed a strange electric tension in the air. Rian confirmed that the station's sensors detected the same energy signature they had seen on the mysterious vessel. Station Security Officer Jolan Fox greeted them, but fear was written clearly across his face. He confessed that several researchers had mysteriously vanished the previous week. The only trace left behind in their rooms was a glowing blue energy mark, the same energy Elara witnessed within the rift. It became clear that this phenomenon was not isolated, it was spreading across the galaxy. In the research wing stood a strange artifact, a monolith-like structure. But it wasn't stone, it didn't look human-made at all. Blue circular patterns glowed and rotated across its surface. NASA's study once mentioned similar constructs powered by cosmic waves, but humanity had never encountered one physically. Now, one stood right in front of Elara. Rian attempted to scan the monolith, but the moment he initiated the process, a whisper filled the entire chamber. The whisper was neither human nor machine, something in between. It carried a message: time is running out, the door is opening. The fear on everyone's face deepened. Elara suspected the monolith was connected to the alien vessel. Perhaps both were pieces of a vast interstellar network. Research logs revealed the monolith had been discovered 4 years ago in a dead sector of space, a place where even light feared to travel. Since then, it had remained dormant. But no longer. Jolan revealed another disturbing truth. The monolith used to glow once a week, but last night it pulsed for 3 continuous hours, exactly when Iron Flact 9 encountered the rift. This coincidence convinced everyone that these events were pieces of a single cosmic design, perhaps created by an ancient civilization, or one still alive. The station's main computer suddenly displayed an alert: an unknown energy source was moving in the lower sectors of the station. The signature matched that of the monolith. Elara led her team into the dark metal tunnels. The silence was suffocating, the kind that comes right before disaster. At the end of the tunnel, they found a figure attached to the wall, a translucent humanoid body filled with flowing blue flames. It resembled the missing researchers, yet it was no longer human. Waves of energy radiated from its chest, the same waves that tore open the rift. Rian whispered, trembling, "It's not a person anymore, it's part of the rift now." As the entity moved, Elara ordered everyone back. The blue energy filled the chamber. The whisper returned, clearer, stronger, more terrifying: "The door is opening." The sentence cut through the air like a blade. Everyone knew something immense was coming. Suddenly the station shook violently. Cracks spread across the monolith as its light intensified 100-fold. Elara realized everything was converging toward one catastrophic moment, one that could rewrite the fate of humanity forever. Serenity Arc was now a battlefield. Supplies crashed from shelves, cables hung from broken walls, and the burning smell of melting circuits filled the air. But the most horrifying sight was the massive blue door forming at the center of the station. It was as if space itself was splitting open to reveal a living nightmare beyond. Elara knew that if the door fully opened, not just the station but the entire surrounding sector would be annihilated. Rian explained that old NASA simulations described such cosmic fractures as energy waves capable of erasing systems. But he never imagined witnessing one unfold in real time. The monolith was dying. Its light flickered violently as blue waves spilled across the room. Jolan warned that the station's systems were overheating and might explode in minutes. Yet Elara's focus remained fixed on one goal: close the door before it was too late. This time, there was no whisper. Instead, a heavy, human-like voice echoed, "If the door stays open, your time will cease to exist, Elara realized this was the same warning the alien vessel tried to deliver. Perhaps their civilization had fallen because of this door. And now humanity stood on the same edge. Rian proposed a dangerous plan: overload the monolith. Forcing excess energy into it could pull the door's power back into the structure. But the process could obliterate the station. Elara hesitated only for a heartbeat. If that's the price, then we pay it. One station is nothing compared to saving humanity. Engineers scrambled across consoles. Sparks flew, wires melted, machinery roared. The station seemed alive, screaming in pain. The blue door expanded every second, like a hungry giant devouring existence itself. As the overload began, the swirling energy surged back toward the monolith. It felt as if a colossal cosmic heart was inhaling the universe. Elara realized humanity hung on a single thread. One mistake and everything would collapse into oblivion. An explosive burst shook the entire station. Blinding light swallowed everything. The door shrank, twisted into a tiny point, and vanished. The monolith shattered into bright fragments that drifted through the air like dying stars. The station trembled, but held together. Silence descended, the kind that follows a storm's violent end. Elara walked to the window. Space was calm again. No door. No whispers. No blue flames. Only the quiet future of humanity, saved for now. Rian exhaled. What was all this? Elara replied softly, a warning, or a beginning. As the team prepared to leave, the station's broken console beeped faintly. One final line appeared on the screen. The door is closed, but the makers are still awake. Elara took a slow breath. The story wasn't over. This was only the first chapter of a war stretching across the edges of creation itself. And humanity now stood at the center of that war.